What's up YouTube? Luke here from Cruise Punk, and today we're going to do a video review and ride on my 2015 Infiniti Q50. So here's a quick little side view of the size of the Infiniti Q50. It is a four-door sports luxury sedan, so it is going to be bigger than a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord. It's probably about the size of a BMW M4 or any of the newer model Acura TLXs. We're going to go ahead and move on to the back of the car. So here's what the car looks like from the back. It's not super sporty, but I do like the spoiler on this car. It's a nice little touch. It does not come standard on all Q50s. You do have to custom add that on or select the option available for it at the dealership. If you guys are wondering, why does that say A? It says Q50A because the A represents that you have the most basic model available for the Q50. It's pretty much just there so that other Q50 Premium and Q50S owners can have a quick little laugh when they drive past your car, seeing that little A. So let's take a look at the tires. I'm not a big fan of the stock tires that come on this car because the wheels are only 17 inches. And I believe the profile of these tires are 55. So I'd like to go with something a little sportier than that. Eventually I would like to upgrade and get some 19-inch wheels for this car, but that won't be for a while. Other than that, the overall design of these stock wheels, they really don't look too bad. It would just be nicer if they were a little bit bigger. Now this car does look pretty aggressive from the front, especially for a four-door sedan. I like the look of the headlights and the grille. And if you guys are wondering here, this little lip right here is actually something that I installed myself because I am trying to make this car look nicer, and it is essentially going to be a project daily car for me. Same with the license plate relocate here. That's pretty much the front of the car. I'm definitely a fan. So now we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. So here's the engine of the car. Inside is a VQ37 VHR, because this is the Infiniti Q50 3.7 liter version of the car. Now, you will see I have put some cold air intakes on it. I'm not going to go into depth now whether or not that was a good purchase, but it's just something I wanted to do to this car to check it out. I will be posting a video review on those cold air intakes. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on. Most of the things here are covered up, like this brake fluid. The battery over here is pretty covered up. And yeah, you can't even see the intake manifold on this car because this nice little cover is blocking everything to try to make it look cleaner, which it does. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the interior. So here's the inside of the car, guys. It does have a pretty good amount of space here in the back if you are looking at buying this as a vehicle you want to carry a lot of people around in all the time. I was pretty excited about the fact that this car is a four-door because it is the first four-door car that I've owned. And it's pretty awesome because all this room means that I can comfortably fit up to 4 of my non-existent friends on a road trip to nowhere, because it's never gonna happen. Anyway, also in the back here, there is a nice little vent. A lot of cars nowadays don't have a vent for the rear passengers, so they don't feel any of that super awesome cold AC. There's also some cup holders back here. They're nothing super special, but it is nice that they're there. So here's the view from the driver's seat. This car looks pretty fancy in the inside. I mean, it is a luxury vehicle, so that's exactly what you should be expecting. The steering wheel is pretty great. The gear selector is pretty cool here. One nice little thing about this gear selector is it's from park all the way down to drive. It's just one quick linear pull all the way down. So it's not like some cars where you got to practically solve a jigsaw puzzle just to get your car from park to drive. There are a number of touchscreens on this computer. I'll talk about them a bit later. But first, I want to show you guys what this car sounds like on startup from the outside. Spoiler alert, do not get excited. This car has a completely stock exhaust. So I'm sorry to disappoint anyone out there waiting for like a super loud, aggressive Thunder Dragon roar when I fire up this car. Sorry about that. It's not gonna happen. So like I said, nothing crazy happened there. It is a very quiet and very restricted stock exhaust system. This exhaust is a true dual exhaust system, so there are two tailpipes that go back into a single muffler here, and from that single muffler they go back into two separate resonators, and those will come together, then split again to go into two separate catalytic converters. So it is a full, complete, true dual exhaust system. So before I take off here, guys, before I take off for a little drive, I'm going to talk about some of the technology features in the car. Now this nice little two-screen system is called Infiniti's InTouch technology system. It looks really awesome, but in reality, it's pretty outdated. I mean, I like it and all, it's nice to have, but my biggest complaint is there is no Android Auto, which a lot of the other vehicles on the market made in the 2015 and up period come standard with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So that's my major complaint here on this technology system. Other than that, it's pretty cool. I mean, it shows you a lot of different settings here. Like you got a little performance app, so it lets you monitor how many G's you're experiencing, your fuel consumption, your fuel flow. It's nice to have, but I never really use that. I pretty much just use it for one giant screen to view what song I'm listening to, another split screen here telling me about my fuel economy, and another one here showing navigation, which I never really pay attention to, because honestly, if I use this navigation system, it's probably gonna get me lost. I'm probably gonna end up driving into a lake like that one episode of The Office. So that's why I have this little phone mount here, so I can just pull up Google Maps and be on my way. Now as you get into the car, first thing I always do here is select my drive mode. There's this little drive mode selector right here. It looks like it's awkwardly placed, but you get used to it, and it's pretty easy to access while you're on the move. Now you'll see here this car has 5 different modes. Personal mode is just a mode where you go deeper into the settings and kind of fine tune a few things here. I don't really use it. Sport mode is the mode you should almost always be driving in this car. It pretty much just makes the throttle response super aggressive, and it makes it like when you floor it about 2/3 of the way, it unleashes like full throttle. Standard mode is pretty balanced. It's kind of like sport mode, just not on steroids or anything. It's practically the sober version of sport mode. Eco mode here is a mode that I highly recommend not to drive on, because let's be honest guys, if you're driving this car to save gas, then I'm sorry, you bought the wrong car. Snow mode. Now, snow mode pretty much works by limiting the acceleration from stops and limiting the gearing. It's there so that if you come to a stop sign in the snow and you go to accelerate, you're not going to accidentally do a drifting super crazy burnout and destroy your Q50. It's there so you can take off nicely in the snow without doing anything wild. So I'm going to keep it on sport mode here. So yeah, this car does not come in manual transmission, and if that's a deal breaker for you guys, then I'm sorry. Just before you go to the Subaru dealership, make sure to stop by a vape store and buy a good vape, because I heard that Subaru gives massive discounts for anyone rolling up to their dealership with a vape in their hand. So yeah, actually Ford does the same thing on their Focus ST models. I think that's just a pretty common discount given to anybody that buys a 4-cylinder manual sports sedan. Another nice little thing about the Q50 interior design is there's a cool little slot here, and it allows you to store your luxury glasses, such as these Ray-Bans. I'm pretty sure this little glasses holder was not even designed to fit Oakley's. And actually, I heard that in Japan, it's actually a class 3 misdemeanor if you're caught driving an Infiniti luxury vehicle wearing Oakley's. So make sure you got a good set of luxury glasses to go along with this luxury vehicle. And yeah, don't be that guy. Okay guys, so here's the driving portion of the video. I'm going to be starting off in sport mode here, so I can show you guys what that's like. The roads are a little wet, so I'm not going to be going too fast. Overall, this car has very nice handling. Even if it's raining, you really can't even tell if it's raining. Probably just 'cause I have all-season tires on here. But this car feels very planted. You know, whether you're taking turns pretty fast or just driving a straight line, this car always feels nice and grounded. The brakes aren't bad either. They're pretty good for standard stock brakes. You can slow down pretty fast, and when you're in sport mode, the engine actually downshift rev matches through the gears as you're braking. And as you can hear guys, yeah, it is very quiet right now. All you really hear is the road noise. So I don't know if you guys can see where it says D and sport in my dash right now. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to manual mode, and to do that in this car, all you do is push the gear selector left while it is in drive, and now you can see it says 5, and that's the gear I'm in right now. So a couple of things about this manual mode. It's nice to have, but sometimes it can be a little bit laggy. And when I mean like a little bit, when it's a little bit laggy, I don't really care. But other times it's like, I feel like I could watch an entire episode of Breaking Bad in the time it takes for the computer to respond to me inputting that I'm upshifting or downshifting. But that's only on occasion here, so As long as it doesn't have like a super long shift time every time, I mean, I'm fine with it. Like there was a little lag just then. Another little lag. Manual mode is nice though, because out of nowhere you can just, you know, downshift. Get that extra little power out of nowhere. Quicker than waiting on your automatic transmission to downshift a million gears, then go as fast as it can go. But yeah, I'll show you what it's like if I accelerate hard and automatic. So here's the delay. Still pretty nice, still pretty fast. This car has great acceleration and speed for being a sedan, which is pretty cool because like most cars that see you don't expect you to be fast if you're driving an Infiniti Q50, just because, you know, you're a sedan. Like, who actually expects a sedan to have 328 horsepower and go 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds? Cool thing about this car is like you can make like high schoolers feel bad about their life when you smoke them in their daddy's V6 Camaro on the freeway, or just any V6 Camaro drivers in general. This car does keep up pretty well with 6-cylinder 2-door sports cars. I'd say you got a good shot at like keeping up with most other 6-cylinder cars out there, and most other sedans out there too, unless you're just having a bad day and you pull up and Elon Musk himself is freaking driving one of his 16 gigabyte AA powered Teslas. Yeah, if you end up racing a Tesla in this car, you're gonna lose, but that's okay. You practically already won, because in my opinion, Teslas aren't even real cars. But yeah, this is one of the perks of living in the country. There are always these random freaking lumber trucks that come out of nowhere and drive like 35 in a 40, 55 mile an hour road. So that's fun. A lot of the time you can pass them, but it looks a little sketch on this road. God damn. Yeah, sometimes the acceleration and power of this car catches me off guard, because I just feel like it shouldn't be this fast. I feel like you shouldn't have 370Z performance in a 4-door sedan. I mean, it's awesome and all, I just need to get used to it. A couple other things. You got these little driving aids here as you're going along. Chases control, that pretty much just shows me like if I'm breaking traction, or if I'm taking a turn too fast and it has to use a little brake assist feature. It lights up every now and then. I just like to keep it up there. After that, it's just a warning display. Like if it's really cold outside, it'll be like, hey, it's freezing outside. There's my fuel range, average speed. I have no idea how to reset that. It's been literally at 32 since I've had this car, so I don't know how much of an average speed it is. Once again, another fuel economy, except you have more of a live view right there. Nice little compass. When I'm using the GPS, it gives me my my turns on this screen. It'll say like 0.5 miles till you have to turn right to Main Street. Right here is my Bluetooth audio. Pretty standard, like a lot of other cars. Tells you what song you're playing. Tire pressure. Looking alright. Not bad. So we're in a second gear here. 4,500 RPMs, driving 40. If you're looking for a four-door sedan that has great aftermarket support, I'll recommend this car. Especially since the VQ37 has been out for over 10 years now, and it's proven to be a reliable engine. So, you know, if you get this car, it's not going to be something that's going to let you down, or it's not like a new engine where it doesn't have a history of being reliable or anything like that. So, I say it's a good choice. In the future, you're going to see a lot of content updates from this Q50 as well as my Acura RSX Type S. So that pretty much finishes the driving review here. Overall, I will say I have been very impressed with my Q50. I'm glad I bought it. It's probably one of the best luxury sports sedans you can get out there for the price point. I just want to say thank you all for watching. Please leave any feedback and like if you like the video, and subscribe if you're interested in watching more content about my Q50 and more content about my RSX Type S.
Oh, y'all surprised cause I ain't got the LA chick on my side, the passenger, the LA whip. It's all good, I got love for my LA chicks, but I'm